I just noticed you put the owlbear in.
Of course. I had to add Trey.
Very important.
Trey's very good. He's a good
Did
boy.
you put in filth?
No, I gotta put in
I'm gonna
filth.
draw filth in now.
Are you saying you want me to draw some filth?
Yes.
Because I'm always up for drawing filth.
Hey, are we live? I
Yeah,
think
we're live.
Apparently.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Metageeky has noticed that the opening is updated. You are correct.
We got some Morgan.
It has indeed been updated, but perhaps further updates.
But we don't have Morgan tonight.
No.
R.I.P.
Okay,
R.I.P.
so
Raven. I'm sorry you got called into work.
Confirm our sound, oh
Yeah, we're all good.
audience.
We got some sound.
How are we doing? Can you hear us, audience? I don't believe it till I see the chat say
that's
something.
true. We've
I
been burned by
refuse
this
to believe
before.
the little flashing lights on OBS mean nothing to me. All right, I have confirmation that sound
lies.
exists. Excellent. In that case, I shall commence. Hello, internet friends, webcomic fans. It's your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist here, welcoming you to another episode of Trash Heroes. I'm going to sing it from now on. No, I won't. The Dungeons and Dragons stream where we recount the epic adventures of the wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures known as the Trash Heroes. Our players, as always, this wonderful motley here of talented internet cartoonists and other forms of art-making persons. Please do check out all their work. You can see it in the upper right. There's a lovely little box there with links to Patreons and social medias. Follow, like, subscribe, all that, whatever they say in internet world. And of course, you can find links to all of that and more in the description box below the Twitch stream and on the VOD on YouTube. So with all that said, no further ado, let us meet the characters. First up, Keeper of the Vermin, Protector of the Trash Heap. It's Fetid Quaggle.
That's me. Hi.
Next, there is the larger-than-life pit-fighting superstar, Ugna Sugar Tusks.
It's bone crushing time.
Next, we've got our trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal, Tromlin Darioles.
Hello.
And then there is the wild magic streaming sensation, Morgan the Satyr, currently missing in action. Ooh, mysterious. No, Raven couldn't make this week. But still mysterious.
But Morgan is missing in mysterious circumstances. Question mark?
And finally, our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
Hello.
All
I'm
right.
also legit wearing like a fluffy wizard's robe today,
So
entirely for like comfort
I had
against
noticed.
hostile
You look
East
so
Coast
comfy.
weather elements. But yeah,
Oh my god, it's gonna be so fucking cold tomorrow.
tomorrow's the minus 27 day. Is that
Oh,
if I
no.
remember my forecast? correctly.
Most of us are
no.
in Canada. We don't like it.
Ugh.
Not good.
That's
Not
cold
good.
even for Saskatchewan.
Or
Oh, you know it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
when Saskatchewan people say it's cold,
Yeah, it's actually
so you
cold.
know it's cold.
Yep.
Okay, so let me begin, as always, with a recap. So at the previous session, the group had summoned up an avatar of Dionysus for assistance, and they had to placate said avatar with a huge bacchanalian party. So Tromlin got busy baking, while the avatar summoned up a random band of fairy creatures out of the mists to party with. And things quickly got out of hand.
As they always do when we party.
Fucking
Yeah. Fetid, pleased with his newfound increased immunity to toxins, used his alchemy jug to create some straight up moonshine.
Yep.
And all the Fae started getting drunk and variously betting with Fetid on what he would or wouldn't eat. A favorite pastime of Fetid's.
Indeed.
Meanwhile,
I never lose those
Ugna.
bets.
Ugna started dancing to the fairy music, and
Hell
that
yeah.
started up a full-on Fae mosh pit, which swept up both Ugna and Copernicus. Tromlin and Morgan got into a slut-off, seducing various dryads. Tromlin managed to win, saving Ugna from a severe charming.
Turn those
Yeah.
dryads
Cold.
into wet ads, if you know what I
Woo.
mean.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. That's it. That's the end of
Good,
this.
we're done now. Goodbye.
Yep.
I-
Mission accomplished.
It's
We
great.
completed our goals.
Wait, you haven't heard my
remember.
parody of Avril Lavigne's seminal hit "Skater Boy," but as Satyr Boy.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
boy.
Yes.
Excellent.
He was a satyr
You
boy.
said see you later, boy.
And
Yeah,
you
that's-
took a
that's
misty
Misty Step.
step away.
Bam.
Writes itself.
Jail.
Good, good.
Jail for you.
This is what you came for. You know it.
This is Morgan
Like
B.
the
Sater's
band.
next big hit.
And that meant Morgan set her sights on Ugna instead, and there was a bit of severe flirtation occurring. Things eventually got a little indistinct, and after a period of blackout, Tromlin, Morgan, and Ugna woke up in a relatively underdressed heap. And the fairies were all gone except for a mysterious fairy cat who somehow had decided that it would be interesting to stalk the party. Tromlin played
Yeah, that
his
sounds
panpipes
lovely.
for it, and it eventually just vanished into thin air.
It went-
There was no sign of Fetid or Copernicus. Likewise, most of the Quaggle companions were gone except for an unconscious Bert Picknuckle, the filthy halfling, and the two goblins, the two original goblins, Licktoe and Wazelgrot. Uncertain
Sorry,
what to do about
wait.
the various companions. Yep, carry on.
What's the halfling's name? Burnt pig knuckle.
Bert Picknuckle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You guys were
You're
here when
really
we
good at
got
writing
there. It was
really
wild.
gross names. My
Yep.
friend.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, like pick knuckle, like one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
good. It's good.
The two goblins, Licktoe and Wazelgrot, are still there. Uncertain what to do about the companions lost to the Feywild, Tromlin pointed out that Perny would eventually be in touch because he's still got his book. So the remaining party members shrugged and trudged onwards, led now by the goblins instead of Fetid in their quest to find the Quagillithid in the depths of the catacombs and put a stop to the fungal undead plague. Almost immediately, there was a terrible squealing sound as the vast cavern began to fill up with swarms of plague-ridden undead rats. But the battle was short-lived. Tromlin set up entanglements and turned one of the swarms. Morgan slaughtered another with bolts of lightning. And Ugna smashed the remaining rats to mush.
I waited
And the party
3
set out.
rounds to catch them in my net,
Yeah.
and then realized that the net was made for humans and not rats.
Yeah, and then the rats went right through it.
Nice.
Three misses and then a successful
So
hit.
good.
And then the rats went, well, we're a swarm of rats. So the party set out deeper into the catacombs. The tunnels spiraled deeper and deeper downwards into the earth until the party found themselves at a huge entranceway where they were caught by a giant trap. The floor of the tunnel collapsed out from under them, revealing a pit full of slime and purple fungus tentacles. Ugna plunged in, as did Tromlin, although Tromlin made his saving throw.
I seem to recall I spent a point to throw the goblins out so they wouldn't
Yes.
get
Yeah.
et.
Yeah, the Quaggles failed, and you grabbed them and threw them away. Only Bert Picknuckle goes in with you. And Morgan, at the very end, spent an inspiration to be allowed to use Dimension Door. Sorry, an inspiration and a Wild Magic Surge
Ooh, right.
to use a Dimension Door to get out of harm's way. So with that, I'm going to pick up
She
by
GTFO'd.
backing up to Fetid and Copernicus. So,
What on earth
Fetid and
happened?
Copernicus, you guys are in of course, this whirlwind of Fey partying. Copernicus, this music starts getting real catchy, and you failed the saving throw against the compulsion of the music to dance, as did several of
Wait.
the Quaggles.
Did I dance if I wanted to, and did I leave my friends behind?
Eventually, yes,
You can dance even if you
Canonically
don't want
speaking.
to.
you danced whether or not you wanted
Yeah.
to,
Wanted to.
Mhm.
and then you left your friends behind.
Behind. Okay,
Let's
just
be, let's
clarifying.
be specific.
Yeah.
That's right. And you are indeed without hats.
Ah,
Um,
Fetid still have hats.
so
Yes.
Good.
yeah, Fetid is not a man without hats.
No.
He is neither a man nor without hats.
Good. Perfect.
Um, so yeah, the various of the Quaggles and Ugna and
He
Copernicus
is Devo.
got into a full-on fairy mosh pit to the music. But Ugna eventually broke out of it after being charmed by various dryads and drawn away from the general melee. Copernicus did not.
Not before Morgan showed me how to twerk.
Yes, there was we had full on the scene from She-Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
big green Hulk learns to
Learns to
twerk
twerk.
from Megan, or from
Morgan.
the Stallion.
Morgan the Satyr.
Yeah.
Yep,
Good.
it
Beautiful.
was.
I mean, is
Right, I
it
was
really
gonna
the
draw
same
that.
scene? Is it really the same scene if a bunch of pissed off men didn't cry about it?
Oh, that's true.
Well,
It's
I'm
true.
sure there were fairies in the mists going like, "Oh, I'm unsubscribing. I'm going to review
imp
bomb
cells.
Yep.
Cells.
this." Imp cells.
Oh my god.
Yes, excellent, perfect. Yeah. So Copernicus, you end up taking about 10 damage over the course of this entire mosh pit,
Oh,
because
Take
because
10
of
bashing.
because of moshing.
yeah.
And you lose sight of the various Quaggles. The mist basically rolls in, and eventually you kind of lose sight. Part drunken haze. I'm assuming Copernicus is not eschewing the moonshine when it comes around.
I might
knowing that
only. I might
it's
if I
not
could get away
fairy
with it,
drink.
only so I don't waste it. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's no wasting this. This is coming out of the alchemy jug. Fetid
Right,
has
okay.
a limitless
Yeah.
supply.
Good.
Okay, I'll drink along, especially if there's any like sort of moonshine or Fey rave in my bucket list.
I imagine Fey Rave must be on the bucket list somewhere.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Everybody's heard about those things.
I'd like to drape
Mhm.
some like glow sticks or glow circles from Barb.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch of
Putting,
these
like,
elves.
a pacifier in the bucket.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of elves and sylphs with like huge pants
Yeah.
with like chains on the butt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bun
Good.
wigs.
Good.
Yep. And like sneakers with lights in them, and they do various shape cutting around you.
Someone tries to show up at the rave in a headdress and just gets shamed out of existence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so this gets more and more cloudy and vague and hard to kind of keep track of as you get drunker and deeper into the Feywilds. And you eventually kind of come out of it, not really asleep, unlike Morgan and Ugna and Tromlin, who literally woke up in a pile. You just kind of start to sober up and find yourself wandering through the Feywilds. And you come through a clearing, and sitting there in the clearing is this cat. Alina, do you still have the cat to put up
think I
on the map screen?
do. Give me half a second.
So while
Where'd
you're
that
doing
good
that, I'll
cat?
carry on.
There's that good cat. Seriously, the
And
prettiest
so-
cat.
So yeah, you come out of the mists, the misty woods, into a clearing where you see this huge, long-furred fairy cat
Yeah.
Quite the cat.
with glowing eyes. The only difference between this picture is that the one that you see has glowing green eyes instead of the blue of this one. And the cat is sitting there on a gigantic toadstool, just preening, cleaning itself, and pointedly ignoring you.
I like
Okay.
that for all animals now. It's preening and not grooming, because we
Yep.
have birds.
Eh.
Well, I got no way to speak with the animals, so I think I will still go ahead and ask this majestic-looking cat. Have you seen my friends? There's a tall, orcish lady and a fairly tall satyr, and then a thick satyr, and then a little kobold wearing 3 hats.
It stops cleaning itself to stare at you through that speech without like stare unblinking, just stare at you till the speech is over. And then it goes back to cleaning itself
Mm,
and continues to ignore you.
most unhelpful. Can I
Cat.
examine this strange glowing-eyed cat further, perhaps looking for signs of it being a magical beast or
You're very certain it's magical. Honestly, you would use your sight that allows you to see it magic, but you would be blind. Like
Okay.
you're in the Feywild, so everything is magic. But more than background radiation magic is this cat.
Okay. Trying to think if I have anything I can like trade the cat for a favor or something. Nothing I'm willing to part with anyway. Um.
It's too bad you didn't have Tromlin here because catnip is an herb.
Oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause I feel like Tromlin's like got a whole bag of tricks for getting Faye tipsy and or horny.
Yeah.
Um. Can I do sort of an investigation check on the area to see if I can any sign of my friends or any sign of what this cat's been up to in this area?
Um, yeah, you start exploring around, looking for signs
Mhm.
of your friends, trying to do sort of a bit of a search, a bit of a tracking. The ground is sort of all made of mist and it keeps shifting and it's not particularly like amenable to any degree of tracking. Least of all someone who doesn't have a lot of survival skills. So you're sort of like kind of not getting anywhere. But you persist in hunting around. Um, oops, I've lost my screen of your pictures. Come back. There we are. I clicked on something and it made you all go away, and I was very upset. Um, yeah, as you're poking around in the undergrowth looking for some sign, suddenly the cat says, "Yes,"
Oh,
and it goes back.
you've seen my friends. Start a
That's
mental
what I
timer count.
said.
Oh. Where did you see them? Just as a chin point?
Yeah, it just like
This cat
cocks
is
its
native.
head back over one
It
shoulder.
just goes.
Yeah. What do you eat? What's your favorite food?
Children.
Oh, great.
Well, I think you would like to try a little something I like to call blood mice. Have you ever tasted a blood mouse before?
It pauses like in mid, like how if you show a cat a toy that it's
Yeah.
interested in and it's still pretending not to be
Not
interested
to be,
in it,
yeah.
it'll kind of freeze whatever it's doing. So it stops licking the paw but holds the paw in space as it kind of stares at you, but does not respond.
I'm gonna whip out my blood magic dagger, do a little and
I'm
make a
glad that's
find
what you whipped
familiar.
out.
Yeah, do a little find familiar with animate blood, and make a small mouse-shaped blood familiar. The biggest one that I can, because I want it to like get a good mouthful. If it likes children, it's gotta like blood. Um,
Excellent.
Children famously full of blood.
Roll me for your blood die.
this is how much damage I'm taking.
Yep.
Okay.
D8.
That's 4, so that's I'm down 18.
Okay. So you spend 4 hit points, and create
Or sorry,
an animated blood mouse.
Yeah. And I'm gonna like have it like run like up my arm, around the other arm, like do a loop de loop, a little halfway to the cat, and then back. And I'm like, all
The cat's
yours.
eyes do not leave the mouse at any point.
This will be all yours if you can help me find my way to my friends.
Done. It's like expectantly.
Okay, so he wants the mouse first.
It
my-
seems to be the
Show
case.
me the mouse.
Yeah, all right. The other wonderful thing about Blood Mouse is that it has customizable settings. Would you like the Blood Mouse to be difficult, medium, or easy?
What's the AI on this?
The cat just doesn't respond, but gets down in like a pouncing position and starts lashing its tail,
You've selected
like
hardcore.
it's ready to launch
And
itself at you.
I'm gonna have the familiar bolt for the woods, but not leave like a certain area of me, and just give as much of a chase as it can. I'll have it run up trees if it needs to, but I'd like to put on a good obstacle course.
The cat doesn't move. It just keeps watching the mouse as it
Yeah.
flees. And when the mouse gets to, like, it looks like the mouse is going to leave the clearing, but of course
Yeah.
the cat doesn't know you're going to change that.
Yeah.
The mouse darts towards the edge of the clearing, and when it looks like it's about to leave the clearing, the cat's green eyes blaze with light, and
shit.
like laser-like energy shoots out and just fries the mouse into a little blackened paste.
I am
And then
so
the,
glad that I've not chosen to like engage competitively with this
Laser
cat.
cat. Good.
Yeah.
And
Good.
the cat just jumps down very daintily and then picks its way across to where the mouse is, and then starts like basically playing with what's left of it, and
Yeah.
batting it around.
I'll be
Picks it
patient.
up in its mouth.
I'm not rushing. This cat doesn't fuck around.
And then the cat starts to wander off into the woods.
Yeah.
It kind of pauses and looks back at you, and then carries on.
I'll follow along. I'm not particularly good at this, but I got an insight check to see if like would this cat be up for conversation, or am I really forcing it to do something that it looks down on?
I'm gonna pull your flaw and just say you have no idea, but you think conversation's always a good idea. So
Then it's a great idea. I'm gonna just
social
tell this
cues,
cat.
not your thing.
I'm gonna tell this cat about the rave last night. I'd probably talk about Barb, which is a dangerous thing to do to a powerful fey creature, but I probably would talk about Barb because she was there and we were doing the bucket list thing. And my dead wife, and I pick up the bucket. I'm like, we partied all night, and I'll yammer until something happens to stop me.
The cat does not stop you.
Yeah.
In fact, the cat is quite happy to let you do all the talking and just lead you randomly through the mist. I will point out that you have no idea how long it's been.
We've been dared by Celine Dion.
Celine Dion has a dare.
Celine Dion
In
has
the
a dare
chat.
for you, DM.
I'm listening, Celine Dion, if that is your real name.
We're Canadians. We're contractually obligated to at least listen to Celine Dion once.
Yeah, I mean, Celine Dion is here. I have no choice.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure she's the monarch now that the queen is dead.
so technically the queen is the head of state, but I think that Celine Dion is in fact the head of heart.
I'm pretty sure that there's something about when the queen dies, Celine Dion takes over. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's in the Constitution. So
Very
I will carry on, but I will clearly await this this DM dare that has been offered. So if I don't notice it, somebody let me know that if it appears in the chat. Where was I? So you follow this cat through the woods. So I just wanted to point out that you have no idea how long it's been, or like say how much time has passed since you saw your friends, or sort of like where you are in reality by comparison.
Well, I think that
this
the
being in the
Feywild,
Feywild.
yeah, the realm of fairy is notorious for time being linear and not at all screwy. So this is perfectly safe. I will send a little I'll do a little test sending and see if anyone is like on the Purdy net. I'm just following a laser cat through the woods who tells me that it can find you all. So just if you hear this, just send your grandpa a text. You know, I always like to hear from you.
Before you finish the statement, you hear Tromlin scream.
Great.
In response.
What kind of scream? Like a pleasure scream?
No, like a scream of pain.
Oh,
no.
I mean, you're not 100% sure. You're like, some people are into that. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
would be
not
very
to ask.
perny to be like, oh no, he's in trouble. Oh wait, but maybe it's not trouble. Maybe it's.
Yeah. It's
Oh, I
good
know what we
trouble.
got up to with
Is
Barb.
there a sock on the doorknob?
Yeah. What kind of naughty boy has he been?
He doesn't wear socks, he's a satyr, but he still keeps a sock, just, because
Yeah.
you need to.
Yep.
I
Oh.
am going to.
I'm gonna
I-
jump at that point, I think, to Fetid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Fetid, you had many opportunities during this this Fey rave and general party to consume a variety of things. But I want to put it to you to decide what you do and do not consume.
Okay.
So obviously, these various Fey creatures are happy to participate in the drinking of your moonshine, and you, of course, drink moonshine as well. And it knocks them on their asses and has no effect whatsoever on you, because that's kind of your thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was before, and now it's even more so. But in terms of the dare me to eat this kind of game that you used to play in the taverns back in Mud Hollow, the Fae will produce weird stuff for you to eat, and I'm just curious to what degree you want to take them up on this game.
I guess we'll have to see.
So the first thing that will be produced will be something like insanely spicy. They'll be like, here is a insanity pepper.
Oh,
And they'll
yeah.
bring out like literally it's the one from The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you won't eat this.
Oh, I will eat this. I
Give
will definitely
me
eat that.
a fortitude save with advantage because of your mini
Interesting.
you of course can't take any poison damage of any sort,
Nice.
so that's irrelevant.
Nice.
But you can certainly just make me a fort save with a bonus.
I may have
or with,
accidentally in real life poisoned myself with hot peppers once.
once.
Oh, yeah.
My
Only the
high-
ones that it actually hurt.
My high
More
roll
than
is a
once where it
9.
actually
What
made you
do I
sick.
add to that?
Your fortitude save bonus is, or constitution. Sorry, what am I saying? Fortitude. I'm thinking
Okay.
third aid.
Yeah.
Plus
that would
1.
be that would be a 10. Not roll super
But I'm
well.
gonna give you and that's with advantage.
Yes.
That was your high roll. Okay. So you pop it in, and you go, yeah, that's got some heat to it. But you manage to prevent. I'm giving you an additional bonus D4 because of the presence of your various companions that boost your saving throws. Just assuming that at the time Morgan might have gone, oh, I'm definitely guidancing that. But in any case, you don't throw up, but you do briefly belch fire. So after you
Okay.
eat it,
Aw.
you just like have a moment of like cartoonish jiggling of your stomach, like there's
Yeah,
like
that sounds
and
about right.
like earthquake noises happen,
Mhm.
and then you're like momentarily, uh-oh, I might lose this bet, and then you belch, and it's just like a fireball goes off.
Okay.
A number of the Fae like fall back screaming into the mists on fire, and you begrudgingly win the bet. The fairy that you made the bet with is like, "Hmm." Then another one comes forward and he's like, "Oh no, I got this," and he produces an anvil.
All right.
And bet you won't eat this.
How
Bet
big
you
is this
can't eat
anvil?
this. Not quite as big as you are.
Okay.
It's big enough that it will take some doing, but you're pretty sure that you can unhinge your jaw far enough to get it in.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it. That seems like something I would do.
Take that bet. Okay. So in this case, give me a strength save. Again with advantage because of all of your various merits.
That was a 1. That is a 4.
That's your
I'm
high
not doing
roll?
too well. Yeah.
Do you want to inspire that one?
Yes, I do.
My goodness.
Oh, that's
Oh,
much
that's
better.
your last.
That's a 12.
Did I ever get a response on this DM dare? I don't see it.
Should check and see if Celine Dion's still around.
I'm just gonna reply.
Ah, Celine Dion bounced.
Ah,
Boo.
oh
R.I.P.
well.
Her heart went on.
I've heard that happens.
Good.
Near, far, wherever you are. So, what was the sorry? What was the inspired result? So re-roll the save.
12.
12.
Big 12.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
re-roll. I'm gonna roll the d4 bonus again. Wow. Okay, that's a 4. So 16.
Now,
In that case, yeah, you manage to pick this anvil up, or at least like tip it towards your gullet, and then it makes like a loud cartoon clang noise as it goes through your distended jaw, and now like your tail is like shaped like an anvil, and you're kind of
yeah.
like struggled. Like you're sort of like running in place and not going anywhere, and it kind of drags
It's a
very
real
slowly.
heavy meal.
Um,
hmm
but iron iron stomach, you you will
Hey.
eventually.
How did the Fae get iron in here?
Well, it's not iron.
I guess, yeah.
It's an anvil, but this
Hey,
particular
nice.
anvil is made of, I don't know, stone. Who knows? It's a cartoon anvil.
Fae
It's not real.
magic. That's true.
It's a fairy magic anvil. Um, yeah, and again, this fairy is like, oh, begrudgingly fine, I guess. You win. Um, and then one of the Fae will produce a huge melon, like bigger than you are. Um, it's a weird looking, like yellow melon with like purple polka dots and like black flowers attached to one side that are like dripping with ichor.
I'm sure that's fine.
It
Yeah.
looks
Perfect.
it looks like a like yeah. It looks like the
You go
cartoon
wrong.
embodiment of poison.
The petals are arranged into little skulls.
What
Yeah.
could conceivably go
Yeah, the
wrong?
melon is vaguely skull shaped.
Good.
Like a couple sunken spots on it, like where eyes and teeth would be. You gonna go for it?
Yes.
Okay. So you're completely immune to poison now. So you basically just eat it.
Don't try this
You
at
just,
home, kids.
You take a bite out of the side of it. You take a bite out of it like it's an apple,
Mhm.
except it's gigantic, and the bite is gigantic. And then you just throw the rest in, lick your fingers. The Fae are all quite annoyed, but all right. So that's gonna culminate in two general effects. So of course, this is throughout the course of the evening, and the party continues. You made your saving throw against the dance party, so you didn't end up getting sucked into the mosh pit, so you don't take any damage.
Good.
However, eventually, of course, things get raucous and everybody's kind of blacking out. And you find yourself basically falling asleep at some point and waking up, curled up under a tree in the fairy mists.
That was pretty nice.
And two things have occurred that you will sort of quickly realize. One, you have sort of a silvery mark on the palm of one hand of your left remaining hand,
hmm
or was it your right? I don't remember which one you have right now, but
You're still down a hand.
whichever one it is,
Yeah.
whichever one
I
it
mean,
is, you
he'll go
have
back, probably.
the symbol of a crescent moon in silver glowing on your palm. And you're pretty quickly you're pretty sure that has something to do with winning the bets.
All right.
You might need to like show it to Copernicus or something at some
Yeah.
point for
He might know
confirmation.
what that is.
The second thing that's happened, you're pretty sure is similar to things you basically have. You notice also that you are currently bright purple,
Okay.
with flowers growing out of your ears.
Good.
All right.
And you're
I'm
like,
into it.
okay, I remember this.
Mm-hmm. I've been made
This is like
festive.
when I ate those beans.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are currently under a minor fairy curse,
I'm okay with
but you
this one.
also have some kind of
It
a
seems
mark.
fun.
And you don't have your friends around, is the other thing. You seem to have
Mhm.
lost them, and you're wandering around in the Feywilds. Uh, so you wander
Can I
around
use
for a bit.
my? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, can I? Is there like a tracking skill I can try to use to see if I can maybe locate
You
them?
normally could, but the Feywilds are untrackable.
Ooh.
Okay.
Um, so you start trying to figure out, like you look for tracks, you look for your path back from how you got to where you are, and you find nothing. So you sort of like, you do some like standard. Okay, if I go that way, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
lead to this, and that's how I'm gonna get to you know then try that direction, then try that. So you like
Mm-hmm.
leave the little clearing that you're in and the tree that you're under, and you go short ways, and then you retrace your steps, and you can't find the same tree, and you quickly realize you're like, okay, this is like, imagine little Fetid like doing a bunch of like tracking, and eventually like just exasperatedly putting his hands on his hips because he's like,
Yeah.
all right, this is like some kind of bullshit place
Mm-hmm.
where normal nature rules don't apply, and it's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Bunch of nonsense.
And at that point, you will hear the voice in your head of Copernicus. I don't remember exactly what you said on the net, but
So I'm following a laser cat through the woods to try and find you, but
Cool.
That does
so
get
Tromlin
attention.
screams and Fetid says, "Cool."
Yeah.
When Tromlin screams, can I hear it?
no, because it's a response to the person who wrote the message.
Mm.
Okay.
I will say,
So only
did anyone
yeah.
else hear Tromlin scream just now? I assume Tromlin screams back.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Uh, I'll maybe pause you there because now you're interacting with people who are in combat time.
Mm-hmm.
So let us switch over.
Combat
Ooh,
time.
did we already roll initiative? Because I didn't
You
write
did.
mine down.
You did, in
Don't
fact,
know
roll.
where I am. I think I'm last. I think I rolled
Oh,
real
you know
bad.
what? Maybe I don't think you did. I think we may have rolled
Did
initiative and I
not.
forgot about it because
Right.
what I wrote down here seems to be the rat encounter initiative.
Gotcha. Yes, I rolled really bad for that one.
I can tell because the rats are in it. So
Let's start fresh.
so let's just re-roll. Let's just start again because then I can include the new people here in the initiative order.
Damn
So let's roll
it.
initiative. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So,
Oh, no,
for
oh, no.
context, y'all, I played in a Cypher game last weekend, and everyone was rolling nothing but threes. And I just rolled 3 for initiative, which gives me 5.
Excellent.
So the curse of the
Well
threes
done.
still exists.
So Ugna has a 5.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
Going last.
Who else has rolled initiative?
22.
Nice.
22.
That is not a
Tromlin's
3.
way up.
Will I be able to interact with this combat? Am I rolling in?
I was gonna
Yes.
say, should I roll as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, please.
18.
Very nice.
Thank you.
17.
My goodness. And the Quaggles have rolled a 7. And the enemy has rolled a 14. Okay. All right. So to begin with, we had the sort of surprise round, whatever. The trap went off. So I'll remember the freeze frame where the end of this tunnel leading up to the big stone archway at the end, the floor has collapsed like a pair of trap doors almost, except it is earth. This trap was made by something burrowing under the ground. So the stone and earth just basically collapses to both sides. And underneath is visible now this pit of purple ichor and goo and slime with purple fungus tendrils like tentacles sticking up and floating out of it. um, with like a thin layer of like mud and water and stuff on top. And pitching down into this are Tromlin, Ugna, and Bert Picknuckle, and the two goblins. Ugna grabbed the goblins, spent an inspiration to grab them and heave them using the maneuver, an inspiration and a maneuver point, using your maneuver to switch spots with them basically and throw them back over your shoulders. So they go skidding down the, down the corridor where there's solid ground. Morgan, who also started to fall with you, cast the dimension door, spent an inspiration to do an instant dimension door. So Morgan basically falls forward, quickly whips her hand around to make a portal, as you've seen her do before. Falls into it, but instead of like appearing some distance away, you hear a shriek of surprise, and then the door closes.
Yee.
Um, and I believe I also said there would be a wild magic surge when she did this, so that does in fact happen, and there is a cracking sound like thunder, and right where Morgan disappeared, a crack in reality basically grows, and through it jumps the fairy cat that you guys saw before, who leaps daintily from the crack to the edge of the pit, as if the cat knew that the pit was going to be here, and immediately behind plunges Copernicus, who was not aware that there was going to be a pit on the other side of this. But Copernicus, you have flighted boots, so you
Yeah.
may choose
nice.
to not be.
I would
you
like
may
not
choose
to
tell
fall into the
gravity to
pit.
fuck off.
One, not falling into the pit, please, sir. Thank you.
Excellent.
Glad that we have a flying grandpa.
Yep. My favorite Disney movie.
Yep.
Indeed.
The
And then
flying
there is
grandpa.
also
That's just up.
also plunging out of this crack in reality comes Fetid. So Fetid, the ground opens up underneath you, and you also fall into the pit. And Fetid would get a saving throw, except that he's got an anvil inside of him.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that particular chicken has come home to roost.
Yes. So that involves. So you actually, again, cartoonishly, you see him pause in midair next to Copernicus, and like pinion his arms and legs, like, and there's that Hanna-Barbera sound effect. And but then
But his
the
tail.
anvil-shaped tail continues to stretch downwards, and then down
How
goes
how
the rest.
far is the fall?
Maybe 10, 15 feet.
Oh, okay. So,
Not terrible.
but the
Survival,
problem is
well,
the
at least
problem is the
potentially.
contents of the pit.
It's the landing that's going to be the problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Copernicus.
Okay.
Or sorry, you don't have to make a saving throw because you're flying. Never mind.
Yeah. I was wondering if high enough initiative order I could either like reel him in before he hits the Iker, or possibly get fly going before he hits the Iker. But I can wait for my turn if that's.
You would need a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah. Like everyone's going to hit the ground before this initiative begins.
Gotcha.
Effectively.
Okay.
Okay. So Kersploosh, people land in the muck below. It is a caustic and poisonous muck. That poison is not going to affect Fetid,
That's good.
because
Awesome.
he is
Good.
immune to the poison. So
Good old trash daddy.
Tromlin does not take 5 damage because he made his saving throw. But Ugna does take 5 damage.
Yep.
So does Fetid. And Ugna also needs to make a Constitution save, because Ugna is not immune to poison.
16 plus 6. No, I'm good. I'm real good.
You are good. You are not
Doesn't
paralyzed.
even realize it's poison.
No.
Yeah. No one
Yeah,
even knows.
that's good.
What did I say? I don't know what I said. I don't remember what I said, but it can't be
no.
relevant.
No.
Everyone's fine. And then there is also the falling damage, which Tromlin takes half of, So Tromlin, you are going to take half of 6, 3 damage. Ugnat and Fetid are going to take the full 3 damage.
Gotcha.
Or sorry, Fetid has to make a saving throw. You didn't
I
have to
do?
save against the poison, but you need to make us
Oh, but
a
against
dex
the-
save just
yeah,
to
that
see
makes
how
sense.
you did for the fall.
And yeah, that's a 14.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then you take the 4 damage as well.
So 4 plus 5?
Yes.
Okay.
That's acid damage and falling damage.
Yeah.
Which aren't different for you guys, so we don't need to keep track of it. Imagine having like multiple damage resistances or immunities and having to keep track of everything.
Woof.
Ugh. No thanks.
Yeah. So, top of the round, Tromlin, you managed to sort of like find some rocky outcropping footing that is mostly out of the slime and land somewhat daintily there. So you have avoided most of the effects of this damage, of this fall, and are not actually fully in the slime pit, and are able to take an action. What would you like to do?
Now, did we have a rest between last session, last combat, and this?
No, I would consider it a short rest, but not a full.
I don't have any
long
spells
rest.
back then, really.
No, you're down to what you were down to.
I think that's like a couple ones and a 2.
I'm just double checking. You still have all of your arcane spells. You haven't cast any of them. You did entangle, but that doesn't count because you can cast it once with without a slot. You have cast 2 of your 3 second level spells and both of your third level spells. So you've got 1 second left, and I believe you have 1 first level cleric spell, but then you have all 3 of your arcane spell slots.
Oh yeah, I know one thing I want to do. I want to use my Misty Step for the day.
Smart.
Yes, you can cast that once without a slot.
Get the
so you can
hell
do
out of the
that.
pit.
So like, yeah, out of the pit immediately.
The satyr boy's saying, "See you later, boy."
Mm-hmm.
We knew that was what was going to happen.
Good.
It was in the song.
As the prophetess foretold, the prophetess Levine.
Is that a free action? I can't remember.
It is. It's a
Avril
bonus action.
Lavigne.
Sorry, not a free action. It's a bonus action.
Then I'm gonna
Uh,
cast a guiding bolt at second level
Nice.
at this fucker.
At what precisely? There are a number
At
of
the
different
darkness.
tentacles.
Yep. Always attack the darkness.
God damn, like that thing has been a joke.
Yep.
20 years
It
now,
never-
it will not go away.
Nope.
Great thing is that that joke became popular, that skit, after that comedy troupe had broken up.
Mhm.
It's like, oh,
Yep.
miss out on some merch. So what are all my targets here?
So there is probably there's a lot of tendrils of the purple fungus, but there's maybe only 6 masses of it that clearly seem to be tentacle-like. Actually, you know what? Give me an investigation roll just to sort of take stock of what's going on here. This doesn't take an action, but just to get
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
to
investigation.
see what you
is
notice, and what you don't.
Not great. But I can try.
Oh, good. You get information either way. Just how much.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Good.
So there are 6 lumps of fungus moving around semi-independently that you think of as creatures,
And 4 lights.
and that's it. And there are 4 lights.
I am going to aim a guiding bolt at one of the creatures, the lumps.
Sounds good.
So let's see, it's a second level, so I need to do an attack.
You got to roll to hit, I believe.
Yeah, it's a ranged attack.
Yep. Just make your ranged spell attack. You have a +7.
Okay. That's good because that means I got a 13.
Oh, you rolled a 6. Okay, that is not sufficient to overcome its armor class.
Ooh.
So the guiding bolt glances off of the tough purple fungus.
You know, I've had a lot of really good rolls this whole game, so a couple of bad ones are overdue.
And this is like, wow, that isn't something that's happened a lot. This thing is a tough motherfucker.
All right,
well,
that's
at least
me,
on
but I'm out of the pit
14.
at least. Yeah.
Indeed. Next up is Copernicus. You are hovering in the air above this scene.
May I roll a D3 to figure out how many sorcery points I regained overnight? How does this a dawn happened?
That is a good point. Yes, please do. Because
Okay.
were you out? I think you had one left.
Mm.
I had one left, but I would definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having a couple more for this combat.
Yeah,
So I'm
roll a
just gonna
d3.
find out. It's 1.
So you have 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
On your ring of sorcery.
Sweet. Okay. And then so there's these fungus creatures down in the pit that look dangerous. Does the pit otherwise seem like staying in contact with it is going to be dangerous to my friends?
Why don't you make me an investigation check as well?
Yeah.
And see if you
Roll
can
better.
notice things that were not noticed by your Grand Nugget.
Investigation 21.
That's better.
pretty good. So you will notice that there are 4 big, thick, tentacly things, and that the movements of those tentacly things imply that they are perhaps connected to some common mass below the surface of the goo.
Okay.
You also notice that the other 2 of those tentacle fungusy things are different. They're thinner, and they have almost like hook-like structures at the end, like stingers.
Okay.
And you think that they might have a different function. You also
But
notice
same creature, different function is my.
Yeah, you think that you think this might be one massive creature under the, which is common in fungus, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Like people often argue that the largest living organisms on Earth are fungi, because an entire forest of fungus beneath the forest floor could actually be a single creature because it's all connected, which is weird. But the slime and sludge that you also see looks to be secretions of this creature mixed with just the water and mud of the sewer, of the catacombs. And you definitely noticed it kind of scorching or burning on Ugna and Fetid, and Bert Picknuckle, who is also in the muck.
Okay, so I think I'm going to, even at the risk of attack, opportunity attack here, I think I'm going to drop down toward them and cast Fly on definitely Ugna and Fetid. If I can use my Ring of Sorcery to goose an extra target out of a multi-target spell, then I'm going to give it to our goblin friend down here as well, so that no one's stuck in the liquefying goo.
I believe.
Bert.
I think Fly's touch, so yeah, I do have to go down to them, or I have to use both my points, which I'm not against doing, to make it a distance spell. And
you cannot use a
Oh,
sorcery
sorry,
point to increase the targets.
yeah, that's blood magic. That's
Right.
But you
thaumaturgy.
can use blood magic to do it. So you want to
So I'll
use.
take another
You've only
D8.
used one of your blood dice today, so you can just
Yeah.
take another D8 damage. After that, you need to start fueling this with additional blood.
Yeah.
From some source.
Okay. Perny has hit his limit as a blood donor.
So roll a D8 for your more damage that you take. As
two more damage, so that's 16 that I'm down.
and you cast
yeah.
your spell on 3 targets instead of 2.
Yeah, and I think I will use distance spells so that I don't have to go into the muck and the mire, and also because I don't think I'm gonna be able to touch all 3 of them very easily. Yeah, I'll wave my hands.
Yep.
I will
30-foot range is sufficient.
get them. I'll get them flying, and
Yeah.
and I think I will call out.
Get blood in your hands.
Yeah, spit blood in my hands and
Cast.
shower. But I think I will call out and say, this looks to be all one giant horrible creature, all the tentacles attached to it, and those watch out for the stingers. I think I'll add, just so that everyone's got a heads up on this. And I think that's
Okay.
my turn. Oh, I'll do distracting intrusion on it. I don't know if I can do that against a
Why
mindless
not?
creature.
You have no idea if it's a mindless creature or not. Is the
Let's
thing.
find out.
So, it turns
So
out
one target
it
in
is
30
not.
feet makes a whiz save, DC 15, or has disadvantage on attacks and saves until my next turn.
I am rolling its wisdom save. It succeeds. But you do touch a mind. There is a mind there somewhere.
Okay.
Alien and weird, but there is a mind.
Oh,
You attempt to
yeah.
give it distracting intrusions, but those distracting intrusions don't seem to do
Don't worry.
anything.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Do-
As
can I-
Copernicus,
Can I quickly
Fetid
ask,
is
do I,
up.
do I have the sense
Oh.
that this is some other nightmarish creature that had the fungal thing take over it, and now we're seeing like a hybrid of like fungal monster and some other kind of monster?
That's a terrible
You
idea.
would need further investigation.
Okay. I'm
It
gonna
is
keep-
it is one of two things. It's either this is like a kind of a minion. You know that illithids create awful minions,
Okay.
and this could be that kind of thing, or this could be some kind of other monster. If you on your next turn, you might be able to make an Arcana check and potentially determine what kind of monster it might be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Fetid, you're up.
All right. So I am currently flying.
Yeah, suddenly you have the ability to fly. That's awesome.
Sweet. I love it. Just like my dreams. Okay, I want to try and take out one of those stinger tentacles. Those are probably bad news for the rest of the party because I bet
They do seem bad.
kinds of gnarly
Yup.
stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna let's see. What do I want to do first? First, I want to mark it.
Yep.
Second, I forget my little familiar Filth. He has he's got some sort of funky attack now, right?
Yeah, he can
His
do
sting.
something as well. He acts on
Mhm.
your initiative, unless
Yeah.
you want him to have his own roles and do his own thing
Mhm.
separately. But if you want to kind of actually give him sort of commands or whatever, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can spend a bonus action to give him an extra attack, but you just used your bonus action for Hunter's Mark, so you'll have to wait
Yeah,
for next
okay,
round
so
for that.
not this turn,
But he
right.
still has his normal attack,
Yeah.
which
I'm
is a
gonna tell him
sting.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to go attempt to mess with that tentacle and then throw my knife at it.
Dang it. Go for it. Okay, so roll to hit for your knife throw.
Knife throw. That is.
You are shooting for an AC 20.
Oh yeah, that's probably not gonna work. My knife is a +8, or
Yep.
is it higher than that? It's +8. All right, yeah, that will miss.
Oh, sorry, it's +9 because it's
Plus
magic.
9. That will still miss. That's a 15 rather than a 14. All right, so no luck there.
So it hits the tentacle, but once again it is deflected by the tough outer
Mhm.
chitin of this fungus, and it goes spinning off. And for a moment, you're like, "Oh, what happens now? I know if I stab something with it, it comes back to my hand." And it goes spinning off and lands with a plop in the water,
Hmm.
and then it reappears in your hand, and you go, "Phew, okay, good to know."
Yeah, maybe I should
roll
have
a hit-
tested that before.
Roll an attack for Filth, and see
All
how
right.
he does.
What's his attack bonus?
Filth has a +5
All
to
right.
attack with
That
his
will
stinger.
that will also miss then. That is a 15.
Okay. So he flies down and hanging his stinger as pseudo dragons kind of fly and will stop and have the stinger kind of come between their legs, kind of like forward, and it will ping with its stinger, and also likewise just kind of hit that tough chitin and has no effect. And then he will continue to fly and try and stay away from its reach because he doesn't want to get nabbed or grabbed or nothing. You have a second attack.
I do. All right. One last try.
Knife again.
That will also miss.
You're like, "Ha! It worked. It came back to my hand." You throw it again, and it also ricochets and goes into
Yeah.
the pool, and then comes back to your hand.
At least I'm getting the hang of the whole throwing it, and
Yeah,
it's
you're like,
practice, right?
This is interesting.
It's like throwing it at a
You're
wall, but it
learning.
doesn't blunt the knife.
I'm learning.
Next up is it. Okay. So at this point, what happens is a number of those tentacles are going to try and grab people.
Mm-hmm.
So tentacles shoot out of the water towards. Let's see, what kind of reach does this thing have? What is the best options? It's going to attempt to grab probably the most immediate targets. So it's going to attempt to grab, randomizing, Ugna and Fetid are the two who are
Yeah.
being grabbed. Not Burt Picknuckle. Which is probably good because I don't know if he could survive this.
No.
good. Yeah, please don't, buddy.
Okay, so I'm rolling to hit Ugna. What's your armor class?
17.
That will hit. And it is going to do 2d6 plus 4 damage to you.
All right.
11. I rolled very well. And Fetid, you are also hit.
Okay.
I rolled very well. Both of those attacks were in the teens without the bonus. My damage roll, not as good against you. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
All right.
Hey, 7-11. Hooray. I'm pleased that I rolled 7-11. Does it get to do anything else? Or is that all it gets to do? Can't do that until it grabs you. That's a passive
good.
effect.
Good. Great.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right. So next thing to determine is whether or not you have been grappled. So I'm going to roll for the grapple effect. Ugna, I know you're really good at not being grappled, so please
Yeah.
roll your resistance here. Oh, sorry, no, this is against your armor class. For the initial. This isn't you breaking free.
Okay,
just
so
on-
this is just 17 then?
Yeah, so it succeeded and also
I'm
has
grappled.
succeeded on Fetid. So the tentacles have basically swarmed out of the water and with their various like barbs and hooks and stuff have kind of slashed at your body, but the tentacles have also wrapped around you. So both Ugna and Fetid have been clutched in the grip of these fungal tentacles. And next up are the Quaggles. Bert Picknuckle says, bye, and flies
Yeah.
down the
Good.
corridor.
Thank you. Well
That's
done,
what he
Bert.
should do.
Excellent. You are very squishy.
Exactly what we wanted
Wazelgrot
to do.
and Licto are going to shout from down where they've been thrown down the corridor. Surprisingly far. They're further down the corridor than you would think.
I really hucked them.
They really tumbled.
Yeah.
You hear Licto just shout out, "Good luck!" And they also bolt.
Thanks, buddy.
And I'm just gonna, yeah. This
That
is the
what we
wise
want.
thing for them
Yeah,
to
please
do.
run away. Far.
Ugna, you're next.
Well, this thing has grappled me, and more importantly, it has grappled my owlbear, which I hate. I love this little baby boy. I don't want him hurt, so I'm very
It has
angry
not
now.
separately grappled the owlbear. Like the owlbear,
That's
if
true.
the owlbear were to be released from the Bjorn, it would be free to do as
Yeah.
it chooses. But it is tied to you, and you are grappled.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when I'm grappled, I have some options.
True.
I do. I will, I'm gonna
What
have to
would you
break
like to
free
do?
first. I don't think that I can pin this thing, for example, or pull its body out of the muck that it's embedded in.
Yeah. First, though, you're going to have to beat it, and it has a plus 16 to grapple.
Ouch.
Jeez.
Well, I've got a plus 11, so
I mean, that's shockingly the giant tentacle monster only has 5 more than you do for grapple bonus. just want to point out how good Ugna is at grapple.
yeah. I'm almost as good as this awful tentacle beast.
Yeah.
So 12 plus 11 will be 23.
That is not going to cut it.
No.
So you go to break free, and you do not successfully do so.
All right. So that's one of. Can I do any damage to this thing while I am so grappled?
You can still attack it while you're grappled. You're not
Right.
pinned,
Right.
so you
Just
have
grappled.
like limbs free. Like if you're just held,
Yeah.
you can do things while you're being held. So you can hack at it with your sword.
Yeah, I don't imagine I can get my hammer off my back, but I can probably get my sword out. Let's hack at this thing.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's pretty good. 17 plus 8, I'm sure will overcome the 20?
That breaks. That's but higher than 20.
Yep.
You successfully slash at the tentacle that is holding you.
Alright, now I only get my d8 for damage, unless I'm spending...
Only get a d8 plus 5, and then you can spend maneuver points.
Exactly. Why didn't I spend a maneuver
Oh,
point?
no. Now, certain maneuvers here aren't going to be possible.
No, I can't do
For
my
example,
pushing
you can't really
attack.
push it.
Or do my disarm, because it's an arm. Fainting attack might work, because that'll give me advantage on the next
That is absolutely doable.
attack.
You feint at one of the other nearby tentacles and then stab the one holding you instead, or something
Mhm.
along those lines.
All right. So I'm gonna roll this
Go
guy
for it.
twice.
And tell me your total damage.
7 and 8 and another 5. So 15. 20 damage. As
20
I
damage.
hack at this thing
This is
with
very-
a sword.
It is a solid bunch of damage. So yeah, you slash through the purple fungus tendrils of fungus, and it bleeds like bright bluey purple ichor. So
Good.
there's like the mauve kind of purple of the outer layer of the fungus, and then from the cut, it's that almost like um, purple blue, but very bright, like almost like a fluorescent.
And as I'm trying to wrestle free, I'm going, hold in there, Trey. Mummy's got ya. Yeah. And
This
he's like,
makes unhappy Meg noises. Just the beak opens and he just is like,
good.
just unhappy, just not pleased. I want scritches.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Ugna. Yeah. So we are back to the top with Tromlin. So you are free of the pit, standing on the edge here, seeing all this go by. You know, Bert Picknuckle goes by you. They all take off.
You know what? Good for him. I'm going to cast heroism on Ugna.
I believe.
This is our usual arrangement.
Yeah, for sure. I believe you need. It's a touch spell, but you can do your usual trick and launch your familiar at.
Drop a familiar.
You can just throw a monkey at
Perfect.
Ugna, and as the
Okay,
monkey
go.
goes gut and glomps onto Ugna's head, a magic spell effect occurs.
Perfect.
And a heroism happens. So you recall what that does, Ugna, Alina?
I do. I get my temporary hit points at the end of my turn? Beginning of my
so
turn.
You are immune to being frightened,
Nice.
Start of your turn.
Start of my turn.
and at the start of each of your turns, you're going to gain
7 points.
7? Yeah, 7 hit points.
Lovely.
No, sorry,
minute.
spellcasting ability modifier 4 hit
Okay,
points.
4 hit points.
Okay.
Yep.
For full turn. For full minute, I mean. So.
Yep. And you're casting that without a slot, right? You're using your free one.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Very nice. Anything else you want to do, Tromlin?
I mean, I'm not sure what else I can do, to be honest.
I'm just trying to remember if any of your cantrips are. You can use your prayer beads, of course, as bonus actions, but you're kind of not close enough to do a lot of them.
And I don't need them yet.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
that's
summon
gonna
a
come more
planar
later.
ally.
You could. You just did that recently, but it's doable. Actually,
But
Might
that
save
was
that
a
for
long
the
rest
Ethelid.
ago because we had a party and we all went unconscious.
let me just have a quick check. I'm pretty sure I know that it just is per day period, but I'm just going to double check. Each is a spell that you can cast as a bonus action. Yeah, cast again by the next dawn. So basically, you can use it again. It's a new dawn.
I have a question. Would a gem
Yep.
of true seeing let me see if a creature was overtaken?
Yeah, you would get significant information by using the gem.
I will pull the gem of true seeing out and
I'll call
expend
that
the
a bonus
charge.
action.
Nice.
Yeah. So you pull out the gem of true seeing and peer through it, and what you see is that indeed beneath the surface of the sludge, which does indeed appear to be secreted material coming from the creature, you see that this vast, massive creature, in fact, is only reaching a part of its body through a crevice in the under earth into this pool. And that is what you are facing, is a group of tentacles coming from a larger creature. You also see its terrifying face and maw. The stinger tentacles are ringing a beak-like mouth of awfulness, ringed by eyes all the way around it, like little scallop eyes. I don't know if you've ever seen scallops' eyes, but they're quite
Yeah, it's
quite
upsetting.
unnerving. Um,
Um,
so it's kind of like that, and then from it, it's basically like a giant mollusk made of fungus. Um,
oh,
you
okay.
you do not think this is a thing that was overtaken. This is like a creature made of this.
Ugh.
Gotcha. I
This
will
is
announce
this
the
is like what the
party.
other fungus beings might be becoming over time.
I will announce everyone. The real monster is under the ichor. It's a creature made of this stuff.
I hate it.
Real monsters underground.
Mm,
It's underground.
Also, I have true
Sorry.
sight for 10 whole minutes.
Nice.
Indeed. And let me just double, while you're role playing that, let me just double check in case there's other things that it does that I am forgetting. I want to give you all the information you're going to get. True
And I
seeing.
have true sight for 120 feet.
Indeed.
So if there's like a hidden ithalid somewhere, maybe you'll see it.
I'm curious to know what Barb
No,
looks like
but
through the.
Oh
you
God.
you will see two other things. Yeah, actually, that's a very
Oh
interesting
no.
point.
oh god.
So, in
Make a
addition
sand
to
save.
the creature underground, you also notice the secret door mechanism for the big door archway across the pit. So you make a mental note of, oh, that appears to be how to open that door. So that's good to know. Because it says you get basically secret door spotting. You also notice things hidden by magic. So you also notice, despite the fact that it has disappeared, you can see the fairy cat uh, basically watching from the ethereal plane and just sitting, near where it disappeared to. It's just sitting there watching this and like licking its paws and cleaning its ears, calmly observing the entire thing. And you also notice a bunch of wispy spirits of green energy with little kind of like Slimer faces, little like um, faces circling like electrons around Barb's bucket. And occasionally they will circle out around Copernicus as well and go back to the bucket.
I'm gonna ignore the bucket.
Yeah, Grandma's Slimer harem is not for your eyes. guys.
Excellent.
No, it's not. I will turn to
Slimer
Grandpa
harem
and
is
say,
a phrase I never want to hear.
Grandpa
Grandma's
Party,
Slimer harem makes it worse.
Oh,
to Grandpa Party, we need to get them out and close this hole up.
Yeah.
I
Seems
know
like a
how
good
to
idea.
close it.
I
all
was
I
gonna
can
shove a demon in it, like in the hole.
I mean,
Well,
that's what she
Grandpa's
said.
never seen a hole he doesn't want to shove a demon into.
Yeah.
True. It's
Thanks, everybody.
Enjoy
Enjoy the stream.
demons one pit.
Oh
True.
god.
Oh
That's what happens
God.
when I summon the planar ally as well. It's just gonna go crazy.
I would say that wins, but we keep upping it. I don't know. I'm worried about what I may invite. Copernicus, you're up next.
I think I'll start my turn with the distracting intrusion so that I can give myself the benefits of it not having saves. So it's gonna make that DC 15 Wisdom save again.
It has done so.
Okay. And then I think I'm going to turn to Tromlin and say, I am going to. I think I'm going to say, get clear. I'm dropping a demon in. We're doing this the old
Absolutely.
fashioned way.
Demon
And
depth
I'm going to ready an
charge.
action to drop a demon in once, especially Edoreza in particular. Summon Edoreza once the area is clear and I'm not going to burn my friends. And if I get the sense that Tromlin is going to summon a planar ally, I'd like to hold my action mostly for cinematic reasons, so that both of our things summon at the same time, and like a heavenly deity
Well, am I
and
actually going to summon it? Okay, cool. I
Excellent.
didn't realize I was actually going to. All right.
I think if we're gonna do it, let's do both barrels and
Gotta,
just
gotta
drop 8 like
summon interplanar beings as a family.
You'll
yeah.
have to do it on your next turn, though, Tromlin, because you
Yeah.
used your bonus action.
I know. I understand. That's why I was just
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Oh,
And I'm gonna basically ready my action till Tromlin's turn so that we can fire at the same time.
Yep.
And I may try and pull a little further out of reach of this thing if there's more room to go up, or am I at the ceiling?
This is a tunnel. It definitely has the reach to reach the ceiling of the tunnel, but
Okay.
you can go further back up the tunnel.
Yeah,
If
I
you
think
wish.
I'd like to be a little less tempting of a target.
So just kind of float behind Tromlin. Okay. So you move, you try distracting intrusion, and then you hold your action.
Yeah.
Fetid.
Yes.
You are grappled by these awful tentacles, and it's not good.
All right. What is that? Like a strength save to try and bust out?
Oh no, you're just a little guy.
No,
Oh no.
because you have
no,
the
I'm little.
feat.
I have a thing
You
where
have
I
the
can
feat
wiggle out.
All
don't I?
nimbleness.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You can use acrobatics, and you
Oh,
get
yeah.
advantage.
And
on
your
the roll.
natural layer of mucus.
Yeah.
Just to
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say,
wiggle out of
basically
there.
the idea.
It's time to start wiggling.
Go for it.
Wow, I am rolling. I have not rolled higher than a 10 all night.
No.
That is a 5, and an 8 is a 13.
This is insufficient.
All of your rolls, hot trash.
However,
Yep. Very bad
Uh,
rolls.
I would allow you to spend a hero point at this stage simply because you swallowed an anvil. If you are willing to spend a hero point, you can vomit up the anvil and slide the rest of your body off of it, so it's still grappling the anvil, but the rest of you has escaped.
Yeah, that sounds really
That's
funny.
so amazing.
Let's do it.
Good.
So you try to lively get loose. You kind of like, work up your pits and secrete a little more slime in hopes you start kind of like vomiting, like drooling, and you're like using the drool, trying to like lube yourself up and get loose. And you're like, nothing is working. And then an inspiration comes to you, and you just start heaving, and you just reverse snake.
Yep.
And you
Coughing
just
up an
basically
owl pellet.
take your body becomes like the condom around the condom around the anvil, and you just sort of slide yourself. You're lubricated from within and without,
Oh,
and
man.
you kind of slide out
Love to
around
see
the
it.
anvil, leaving the tentacles wrapped tightly and firmly around this anvil.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe you take. I'll maybe give you the damage of the
Barfing up
attack,
an anvil.
the-
Yeah, I
the-
think
the-
that's fair.
that hit you before. Like
The rest of us
'Cause
take
you're
sand
sort of-
damage.
you're sort of
Mhm.
you're sort of sanding your body along the barbs that grabbed you in the first place.
Mhm.
So you take another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage
Ooh, all right.
as you reverse the process of getting grappled,
Yep.
but you are now free from the hold.
Okay.
And that means you're free to use your movement. So you still have a bonus action. And
Yeah,
you also
bonus action.
can move.
No, I'm just gonna run for it. I think that's all I need to do right now.
Okay, so you fly over to where Copernicus and Tromlin are. So Copernicus and Tromlin, you witness this incredible. It's like you can hear David Attenborough describing it as it's happening. People may find this unpleasant, but this is a natural resistance that these creatures use to escape danger.
It's not
When
natural. I
when
don't-
endangered, the poison kobold can avert its stomach. It can expel its stomach contents forcibly.
Or it's like this
Awful
weird
in
twist.
every way.
Defense.
It's a weird twist on like the gecko releasing its tail
Yes.
as bait so it can run away.
Yep.
But like
Yeah.
just
Like a
the
cross.
anvil in its tail.
It's a cross between that and like the sea cucumber vomiting its stomach onto things to digest
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent.
Our good, gross little buddy.
I like the idea that this like horrid fungus pit monster is like, ew.
Oh, what?
Genuinely.
The tentacles kind of like do
Yeah.
this and drop it. No, actually, it continues to grip the anvil.
It thinks
quite
it's still
tightly.
you.
It's quite happy to grab whatever it is. Well,
Woof.
I hope the chat is thoroughly entertained by that awful.
And I hope the one person on the internet who has like the cross section of fetishes of like tentacles and regurgitation
Oh,
is
no.
here so that someone can benefit.
Oh
So
no.
that one person's having a good time.
Hey, it goes next.
Oh boy.
Ugna,
Yep.
you are getting crushified.
That's fine.
So now that it has its grapple successfully on you, it is
This is just
allowed
training.
to attempt to crush. It is an automatic. Oh, sorry, the successful grapple attack to do this. Jesus Christ, that's a 34. So I think it hits you. So that is 10, 15, 19 points of damage.
Ooh.
19 points of damage and 2 points of acid as well.
Ouch. Does any of that spill onto Trey?
That's a
You
good
can
point.
bring it up.
Trey will take 3 points of acid damage. Well, I'll just use the same roll. 2 points. 2 points of acid
Gotcha.
damage. I'll use the same roll. But Trey is not being grappled specifically, so I don't think I'm going to give him the crushing damage. If you die, it'll carry over onto him, I think.
Makes sense. I'm like protecting him as much as I can.
And I would like you to also make a DC 14 Fortitude save, because it is also going to strike you with one of its paralyzing tentacles.
Fortitude? You mean con?
Con, sorry. I've converted a 3.5
awesome.
monster, and it keeps throwing you.
19.
Total of 19
I'm
will
very
succeed.
good at this one. Con is the thing I can do.
You need to be, because it's a 17 DC.
Mm-hmm.
So it also has one of these thinner tentacles rise up and
Nope.
with a stinger and strikes at you. It does 4 damage. And also injects you with its venom, but you are resisting, and therefore you are not paralyzed.
Excellent. It would be very bad to be paralyzed.
Yeah, it's like paralyzed for 6 rounds too. It's pretty
Ooh, ow.
nasty. Anyway, you're good.
I'm solid. I'm sturdy.
That's its turn. I have used all of its turn.
Ugna is a real
Next up
sturdy
is you.
individual.
You, Ugna. It is you time.
10 hit points. 10 hit points.
Yeah. Ooh, I get those 10 hit points right now.
Yeah, get your temp hit points.
Yes. Hell yes. And I am not afraid.
Oh, I just realized it has a second attempt with that. Let me just roll the other
Oh,
Other crush.
grapple attempt for people who are trying to flee here. Is it's going to try and grab a hold of somebody. That is not going to do it. So
You're too nimble.
the tentacles clutch at Fetid as he flies back your way, but they miss. Okay, so Ugna.
How close to being chopped through is this tentacle?
I mean, it certainly took some damage. You had
Yeah.
20 damage to it. It's not
Yeah.
happy.
Do I
Doesn't look like
waste
it's in great shape.
one of my attacks? Trying to break free. I think I'm just gonna chop through this thing. It's hard to hit,
Go
but
for it.
I'm good at hitting it.
Yep, you are indeed.
Ooh,
Remember, you have
okay.
advantage on this attack because of your
Oh
feint.
hell! Right. Well, another die. That is a nat 20.
Okay, hey,
Yay.
I
Not
was hoping
wasted.
this would happen.
Nat
I was
20.
hoping it might be wasted because this creature has a 50% chance
Oh.
of negating critical
Oh no.
Ooh.
Hey.
because of its weird goo-like body.
I have savage attacks, so I get an extra weapon die on criticals.
It does not negate your critical. That was a 50-50 shot. That was a 50-50 shot.
All right.
You get your critical. Roll it.
Uh-huh. That's a 7 and an 8. Do I want to throw a
Yes, you do. It's a
Combat point
critical.
on here. I do. I super do. All right.
And why not give yourself
That's
advantage on
another
the next
8.
attack?
Yep.
So you
16,
rolled 15.
34, plus 5, 29.
Nice.
29. Did you throw on the extra weapon die?
I did.
Okay.
And that's
29 damage.
Yep.
That's not the critical though. That's
No,
just the base
that's
roll.
just the base roll.
You hack it right off.
Yeah,
Like
just-
you just you like wind up like the cartoons and just take a massive swipe and sever the tentacle completely right below your body and tumble back down into the muck.
I'm flying.
And you are now you're now like you have like tentacle hanging from you as you fly up.
Yep.
You have another attack too.
Hmm.
You have a second attack if you wish to use it.
I'm trying to remember how safe disengage works. Is that an attack or is that a?
That would be a separate action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it takes a
Yeah.
full
To
action.
disengage.
Yeah, and I just
And you
have
can't
an
use it.
attack.
Yeah, you have an attack. It has to be an actual
Cool.
attack.
Is there one of those little stingery guys nearby?
I mean, yeah, they just
Yeah.
stung you.
I would love to lop the head of that off.
Go for it.
That's less good. That is only a 12, but that's with my plus 8, so 19...
20?
20. Dirty 20.
That is its armor class. You hit it.
All right.
You just exceeded its armor class.
Just hit it.
Yeah.
11, 17 damage.
17 damage. Nice. Okay. So you sever the one beneath you. You hack at the stinger, and then do you want to fly away now? Do you want to
Yes,
provoke
I
the attack of opportunity?
very
to
much
get the hell out
do.
of there?
I just want a GTFO.
Okay.
Everybody
It
get
is
back!
going
I'm
to
coming
make an
out!
attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack of opportunity is happening. What's your
Yep.
armor class?
17.
17. I think it's going to hit you. Plus 11. Yeah, it
Yeah.
hits. So it is going to hit you.
I'm a tank. Let's tank some tank.
So you're going to take another 5. I did not roll well on the damage. That's 9.
Good.
But it gets an automatic attempt to grapple.
Is that opposed?
It's a free action. Yes, it's an opposed. No, sorry, it's a grapple attack. It's against your
That's
armor
against my
class.
AC.
Oh, and it has a
Is
plus
there-
16.
Ooh.
Is there any way that I can spend a inspiration defensively on Ugna's behalf to?
I mean, I've still got
Make it
inspiration.
reroll the attack roll. The first attack roll.
Let's see here. What do you guys have going for you as options?
We don't have silvery barbs, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, no.
Nope. She wild magicked herself out of existence temporarily.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? What do you guys have for... Who wants to make me an offer? Let's put it that way.
I
I
got
have no
nothing
black
to offer.
tokens. I have 2
No, but you have
inspiration.
inspirations. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I've got an inspiration I can spend. I'm a grappler. I'm real good at this.
Well, this isn't going to be related to you. This is going to be related to someone else doing something. But you can spend it. So, Fetid, I did not give an attack of opportunity against when he fled,
Right.
because he spent a hero point.
Yes.
But Fetid actually has a talent that makes anything trying to use reactions against him do it with disadvantage.
Ooh.
So I'm basically suggesting that maybe that gets passed on to Ugna.
Sure.
Now that still gives it
It's still
a
got a
pretty good
plus
chance
11.
because it's got a plus 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a plus 16.
The other option would be for someone to spend something more robust,
Like a hero point.
like a hero point or a black token.
I'd take that deal.
Would you?
What do you want to
Yeah.
You I'll
Um,
save this for the Ithalid.
Oh yeah, I guess we're down to 3 hero points. Okay, what about
That's
this?
still-
What
that's
would
still a
you
fair amount.
would you accept 2 inspiration to let Ugna roll opposed instead of it being just a grapple check?
Interesting.
Just wondering what kind of goosing you guys can do to potentially make that more.
Well, that'll be the last
powerful.
of my inspiration, so I won't be able to goose with that any further.
Yeah, I would say. I'll tell you what. Spend the inspiration. Spend one inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, thanks,
And
Meta.
Ugna, I will let you oppose this roll.
Okay.
But if you fail to oppose this roll, somebody's got to take a black token,
Ooh.
and then we'll do something more robust
I'm in.
for Ugna.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's dance with the devil.
Okay.
Alright.
The pale moonlight.
Okay, so grab your die. Doesn't matter. I got a plus 16. You got a plus 11.
You got it. You got this.
You got a chance.
I got a chance. Do you feel lucky?
You got a chance.
Do you feel lucky, punk? Oh, 18? 18 plus, is it 11?
Have you rolled an 18?
I rolled an 18.
That'll do it.
Oh!
Yes.
Yes!
I have rolled a total of 27.
Oh, God.
You rolled an 18
Yes.
plus 11. That's
Yes,
29.
29.
You
By
succeed.
1 point.
And that's only because I only rolled an 11.
Thing
on the
is,
die.
there was a match like this down in Mud Hollow once. It wasn't quite the same, but
Yeah.
I know exactly the counter to use.
So that was Ugna's last
What kind
inspiration.
of match was that exactly?
That was when we had that Displacer Beast wrestling night.
Like, I don't remember like
Wrestling.
hentai night.
you missed hentai night.
Okay.
So I
Potentially
am
missed hentai night.
giving everybody a inspiration except for Copernicus, who just spent one.
Oh, you guys roll over?
We rolled
Somebody's
over
giving
thanks
you
to
some
Meta,
stuff.
Thank you, Meta.
but not
Well done,
Perny.
Metageeky.
Whew.
Good timing on this crew.
Thank you.
Woof.
Thank you,
No,
Meta.
Alina, I said that you had to spend that one
Oh yes. Okay, so I
because
will.
it was your reroll.
Gotcha. So I
Copernicus
will
would
give
have had to
Perny
spend 2.
his. And take mine away.
And that means it's the end of the round and back to the top, and its masses of tentacles are all kind of surging towards you. And in fact, you all now see the horrid face lifting out of the mud and water with the ring of stinger tentacles around it, all surging towards you. It will very quickly come to where you are. Because it has a significant amount of movement. But it's top of the round, and Tromlin has a turn, and also Copernicus is holding his action from last turn.
It's time for some
What is a good ally
intergenerational
to summon?
extraplanar. Yeah.
What would be an
you
ally
don't-
to summon again? Like, are there any extraplanar creatures who just hate Illithid?
Well, I'll tell you what, though. You don't get to choose. It's
Oh.
based on your god. But you
Oh.
do have the option of you got a keychain. You can go
I
this
promised
guy right
Roth
now.
I was going to serve
I'm just
her.
saying. You have
Wait,
the
didn't I
option.
promise her I'd serve her only as long as I was taking care of the kids?
Yeah, something like
I don't
that.
remember- Yeah.
I don't think you defined how long the period was going to be.
I imagine though that you would know because you've made deals with the Fae before. You would
Also,
remember the
like,
wording.
I don't want to offend the mother of my children.
Fair.
You did do a lot. You did go a long way to
Yeah.
get brownie points. So you're in
Sorry,
pretty good
Let's
standing.
assume the agreement was as long as I take care of the kids, I serve Loth. That way, that she can watch him.
That the Shadow DM confirms that the wording was as long as you're taking care of the kids.
Okay. So my god for the day, I rolled a 12.
Let me pull up the gods list. Where Randy's god list.
Haven't opened this one in a while.
Hi, Mora,
Lady of Luck.
the goddess of luck, Lady Luck.
Perfect.
Symbol is a silver coin with a shamrock on it.
She was watching out over my last roll.
So, are you going to use your bead and summon planar ally?
I am.
And Copernicus, I assume you are going ahead with your summoning.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop Edoreza on him.
Okay. So the two biggest summonings in the party are going to happen simultaneously. Summon Greater Demon requires. I'm pretty sure there's no roll in the first round. Just double checking. No. Just happens.
Summoning a demon always works out fine and never has any problems.
Yeah. There have
Never
never been
once.
any consequences for
No.
this particular action
0.
before.
No, of course not. And now I'm just trying to decide what kind of celestial being
Timora would have.
you summon. Okay.
I rolled a
So you're
15 on
summoning-
the die for the demon's initiative. For Edoreza's initiative.
Okay. You rolled a 15 on the die.
On the die, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the stats.
Yeah, I
and the
gotta
command is
pull up
just like
Edoreza.
burn that creature into its hole.
Burn that creature, burn it good. Burn that creature like you should. Cha cha cha. All right, I'm just going to open the Perny's Demons list. That was a good day when I get to open these lists. This is great. Edoreza has a very large bonus to initiative. So that's a +6, I think, to initiative. So, yeah. So a +6 to initiative gives you a 21. That's like right up to where Tromlin is. Tromlin pulls off the bead, prays to Timora. Says, Timora, send me help. And the theme to Neverending Story plays.
Oh God.
And there's a cloud of light and a great bronze bell-like roar, and a luck dragon comes through.
Nice.
Excellent.
Turn around.
God, I hate that movie.
Sorry.
I know I'm the only one, but I hate that movie. I
Do you
didn't even cry when the fucking horse died.
I liked that movie as a kid, but I much prefer the book.
Oh, the
And
book's
if I
beautiful.
had read the book before
I
I
heard the
saw the
book's
movie,
amazing.
The book
I
is
would have hated
gorgeous.
the movie too, because I would have been like, that what? Because there's so much like they. Yeah. Anyway,
We got the fancy version of that book too that has like the green and the red ink.
the original
pretty.
the original published hardcover version of that book looks like the book that is described in the book.
Oh, nice.
So the book that
It's very
Bastion
cool.
steals in the book is described as having like red and green ink and copper colored binding and the aura on the cover. The original published version, hardcover version of the book is exactly that description. Alina got me a copy of that for my birthday one year, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's very not an accessible book. Printing in red and
Yeah.
green, not great for colorblind folk.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
No.
Yeah.
But it's super pretty.
Yeah, and it like the first printing was like the first printing was in German.
Yeah.
So yeah, most of the copies that look like that are German language. Okay, so yeah, the luck dragon comes into existence and laughs loudly. And Tromlin, you hear a voice in the back of your head whisper, what have you done for me lately? A female voice.
Well, I have multiple responses, but I'm trying to think if they're smart.
And simultaneous to this, there is an explosion of fire as the massive fire demon Edoreza erupts into the pit. I'm assuming you're placing him because you choose the
Yeah.
location
Oh, I'm dropping him like right in. Like I want the aura
right
going
into the
off
pit.
as quickly as possible.
So
Does
flames.
she appreciate all forms of luck?
I mean, yeah, Timora is Lady Luck. You have many times at the casino heard people say in various contexts, "Luck be a lady tonight," and invoke the name of Timora.
Well, I
Sometimes
definitely
they sing it.
stacked my luck to make sure I could score with 2 dryads.
Oh yeah.
They call it getting lucky for a reason.
I'll remind you that the basics of summon planar ally are that the planar ally appears, and you have to negotiate with it in order to get it to do things, because they don't just obey you. So
but
you're
if
gonna
you
have
would
to.
like, when we return, I will happily go to a casino and bestow your blessings upon many who need it.
Oh, we've
We have
lost our
lost
DM.
Lane.
Oh no.
Where's
That's
our
not
Hey,
well.
DM?
I'm the DM. I'm the DM for another 2 seconds.
All right.
Quick, level us up.
Get us out
The
of this
Luck
pit.
Dragon says it will help you free of charge. All right, it's
Nope.
canon. I said it while I was in the
Nope.
DM box.
Amazing.
No one can take it away.
We love to see it.
Good.
Completely valid. Completely fair.
You're still a DM.
No
Oh, there
problems.
we go.
I heard that. I heard that. Sorry, more deep.
Okay,
cuts.
that's out. You
There's
can't do that on television reference.
There is a pitful slime here. It's valid.
That fucking
It's just
show.
purple, not green. Was that a Canadian-made show, or did
Yeah,
you
it was.
just
It was.
have it?
It was
based out of
Nickelodeon.
Toronto. It ended up
Yeah.
on Nickelodeon, obviously. It was filmed like there were even fan conventions up in Toronto up until like 2004.
So weird.
Cool.
Canadian content, man.
CanCon.
It's wild.
We're here for it.
So
I still remember watching the adoption episode, the one that they could never re-air. It was like literally, we're making fun of orphans for 30 minutes.
Great. Good call.
Good, yeah, that
so-
was great, guys.
So a circle of fire with giant negative space black angry eyes in the middle of it appears as usual in the pit, and it makes a hissing, angry noise in Copernicus's direction, while Copernicus tells it, "Burn that creature." Good God. There is some wind outside my window.
Oh yeah, no, there was wind warnings today. I made
Yeah.
sure everything on the balcony's lashed down.
It's seriously loud out there. Yeah, and Edoreza will obey and begin by attacking this creature. I would like you to make an attack roll for me.
With pleasure.
I would rather you
that's a-
use dice.
8 on the die.
An
Which
8
probably
on
is
the
not
die is going to be a successful hit.
Whoa, nice.
Oh, wait. 8 on the die? No,
Yeah,
sorry.
Oh yeah, because it's 20 AC. I need a plus 12. I got a feeling.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
It's a
that.
it's a +8 to hit.
Okay.
So it's going to be. Yeah,
Does
it's not
the
doing a
aura-
ranged attack. It's doing its like smothering, whip of flame attack.
Does the aura do
It
damage?
it automatically is going to take is going to do. Yeah, it takes it. It can use its attack to do an automatic burn everything in its 10-foot radius. But it didn't know to do that initially, and it spent attack doing a specific whip attack. So it is going to miss, but it does a D4 fire damage automatically to everything in the 10-foot range, whether it likes it or not. Although it can protect the summoner if
If
it
it
so
wants
chooses,
to.
and up to one other target. But none of you are within the 10-foot radius, so you're okay. So
That's
roll
a
the
2
D4
damage.
damage.
2
So
damage.
2 damage, 2 fire damage, just because it's there. And Edoreza's attack is done. So Tromlin.
I hate to remind you, but he does get
Yeah.
the save to
So
break free.
I did make the offer
yeah.
of second we leave here, me going to a casino and basically aiding the luck of every gambler I could.
I see. Tamora does appreciate a stacked deck.
I assume
So
she'd prefer
the-
me to aid the gamblers and not the house.
Of course. Of course. What fun is it otherwise? All right. You hear the female voice whisper in your head, "Done." And what is going to happen is the luck dragon is going to bellow out with its loud bronze laughing voice, Looks like you could use a little luck.
Jesus fuck.
And it dives into the flames, quite happily ignoring the fire. Um,
It is a
being a luck
dragon. I
dragon.
mean,
Yeah, being a
that's
luck
fair.
dragon, it's kind of like fire,
Mhm.
fire and light, right? We all remember from the movie, fire and light, good. Water, cold, bad.
Slime and tentacles, bad.
So it is going to bite one of the largest tentacles. I will let you make the hit roll for me.
All right. What's the
AC 20.
what's the attack bonus on it?
I'm just pulling up pulling up the stat sheet because I've got a pop up in my way. No, go away. Oh, I was like, why is that so low? That's the small, young version. I want the adult version. +8. And you get to roll with advantage because it's going to use one of its luck points if you don't if you miss.
All right. Then. Okay, that was definitely worth it. So one is a 16, but one's a 27.
27 will hit. Thank goodness it's a luck dragon full of luck. And the dragon bite attack. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the adult because that's quite huge, and there's not a lot of room in here. We're going to go with the young adult. Right.
She's sending us an inept
the damage from the bite-
teenage luck dragon.
And just a
Say a good luck
teenage
dragon.
luck
Luck
dragon,
dragon.
baby. Yeah. 2d10 plus 6, please.
It's an intern at the luck office.
2d10 plus 6 damage.
All right, I'm rolling right now. That's 12 points total.
Okay.
Nice.
Not great, but
I mean, it's getting there. And next up is Fetid.
All right.
So you just flew out of the pit. You flew past Copernicus and Tromlin. Looking back over your shoulder, you saw Ugna slash the tentacle free that was holding her in place, and then she flies, tentacle and all, back to where the rest of you guys are, with a mass of tentacles chasing this huge face with a horrendous beak that's basically like a rubbery anus of like fangs all in a circle with eyes around that and then stinging tentacles around that, surges out of the muck and heads towards you. But as soon as Ugna clears past Tromlin and Copernicus, they simultaneously do magic spells, and the fire demon appears in the pit, and this blinding light with the luck dragons swooping and swimming out of it appears and launches itself in there to bite the creature as well. So that was an eventful few moments.
Yeah.
It's turning into like a high-level Pokemon battle.
Yes,
it kind of is.
correct.
That's really accurate considering the Illithid's relationship to the thing in the pit.
Mm-hmm. It's summoned a legendary. You guys are summoning your best.
Yep. Okay, so what is Fetid gonna do in the face of all this?
Point and laugh? And make sure I'm out of the blast radius. I'm not sure there's much else I need to do here. Yeah.
I mean, you definitely, there's a big enough thing there that you can attack it in some way if you choose to.
I might as well, yeah. I'll spend
You have a
my
knife and a loaded gun.
yeah, I'll spend my free action to mark it again, and
You don't need to. It's still marked until
okay,
you
still
break
marked.
concentration.
all right. Attack roll number 1. It's a 3. Attack roll number 2. Wow, I broke 10. I got an 11, so that's a 19.
Oh,
I think it's
one
one shy.
Wait, no, my new knife is +9, not +8, right?
Nice.
That's correct.
No,
20.
It's a
Yay!
20.
That's a 20 then. I
Perfect.
finally did something.
Hooray! You
Good
throw a
lord.
knife right in its eye. One
Yeah.
of the many, many eyes.
So it's what, 2d4 because I marked it?
The mark does a d6.
Okay, mark is
The
D6,
base
yes.
damage is a d4 plus 6.
+6. Alright.
And then because you haven't used it yet this round, you can add a d6 damage from your swarm by having a bunch of vermin swarming around the knife as it flies through the air.
Alright. It takes 6 damage from all of that.
So 2d6 plus 1d4 plus 6.
Yeah, I
Can't
rolled
be
all
6 damage.
2s.
Oh no.
So it takes 12
2d6.
damage then.
Oh,
There's
2d6
the
plus
plus-
1d4. Oh, I forgot to add the +6.
Yeah, the 6.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was very curious how you managed to roll less than the minimum.
I
That
rolled
is how I
0 on
managed to
all
roll
my
this.
dice.
The minimum damage here is 9. So, wait, 12 damage in the eye. Okay. You have a second attack. You want to do it? Or you already did your first
That was
attack.
my
That's
second
right.
attack. Yeah.
And I think that Perny didn't actually get his turn. I think only his ready to action went off.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. Sorry, I skipped you because I forgot. That was from the previous round.
Zorch
So
this thing.
that's fine. Fetid and you go damn near at the same time anyway. So you're next. I just blocked you.
I was like, Ugna, what have I seen Ugna fight at range? And do I have a sense of like how much damage you might be able to do at range?
You haven't really. I don't think you've
Yeah,
ever
I don't
seen
think I've
Ugna fight
ever-
at range.
Nope.
You imagine that Ugna would do a fair amount of damage by throwing things.
I think I might just give Ugna the help action. I do 2d8 plus 1 on a successful hit, and my hit is +7, but it's not a ton of damage. So I feel like I might be able to maybe be more useful just backing you up with like harrying this creature so that you've got the help action and can get like stronger hits in.
Cool.
Or yeah. So I think I might just do the help action for Ugna.
Yeah, you are out of spell slots, right? So you're just talking about like as
Yeah.
opposed to doing a
Yeah,
a
the other
tilt
thing I might be able to do an agonizing thing to try and stun it, but I imagine its fort save is pretty decent, and I'm just gonna be bleeding out basically. And I've taken
Yeah,
some
you've taken
damage
a lot
already.
of damage by doing your own.
Yeah.
magic.
I mean, I'm only down 16 hit points to 52, but I still don't want to. We still have the boss fight ahead of us, so I think I'll do a distracting intrusion and then help action.
Okay. So distracting intrusion, saving throw
Whiz.
is 19 on the die. That's definitely
Okay.
going to make it.
No worries. Then yep, help action to Ugna, and that's my turn.
I'm rolling surprisingly well. All right, well, its turn is next, and the whole mass of tentacles comes rising out and starts grappling with these creatures that are attacking it. It is attempting to grapple the luck dragon, which it is going to successfully do, and it's going to attempt to grapple the fire demon, which it successfully does, but maybe that's not the best
Good.
idea. But
Oh.
So
This thing
we
is
now
amazing.
know it has animal intelligence.
oh, it has intelligence of 10, but like that's not crazy good.
That's
Yeah.
smarter than me.
I'm actually reading a book right now on octopus brains and octopus intelligence.
It's
Mhm.
fascinating.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. The whole separate system of evolution went into that brain compared to ours.
Yeah, and this is very similar, right?
Yeah.
Like an octopus does not have the ability to decide not to explore things with its tentacles. It's just what they do, pretty nearly independently of the rest of its brain, and that's kind of what's happening here. Another way to think of this is it's the have you hammer every problem looks like a nail. When you are a mass of grappling tentacles, every problem looks like a grappling problem. So it's going to do the only thing it knows how to do, which is to grapple these enemies. Which I mean still does damage to Ederaza. Like it's not like it doesn't cause problems.
But also, it's on fire.
Yep. So I'm gonna roll some damage on these creatures that you have got helping you. Okay. I'm just keeping track over here just to keep it simple. And next is Ugna.
Okay. There's a lot going on in front of me.
There is a pit full of. There is a now grappled luck dragon,
Huh.
and the luck dragon is like a long like swimming in the air type,
Yeah.
almost Asian style of dragon.
Mhm.
That is like basically twisted around. The octopus tentacles of fungus and dragon all twisted up in a knot, and everything is on fire.
Good.
That's basically what it looks like in the pit.
Good. I had an idea, and
Falkor and Cthulhu are tied in a knot and on fire.
perfect. And I just rolled to see if Ugna would also be capable of having this idea, and I actually rolled really good.
Are you
So
just
I'm
going
gonna
off the
spend-
top rope? Is that what's happening?
No, I am spending one of my actions to grab the rope out of my backpack and tie it to my hammer. Having seen Fetid throw his knife and then it comes back somehow, I assume there's rope involved, and he's
Yeah,
just real
It's gotta be
sneaky.
some kind of one of those
It's
invisible
all,
strings.
it's all in how you throw it.
I'm all like, hey, and I just like knot up the end of the hammer, and I'm gonna huck this thing into the tentacle monster's face. I do have proficiency with improvised weapons.
Excellent.
Nice.
Throw a hammer in its
I'm
face.
gonna throw this hammer.
So this is a ranged attack for you, so it's a little bit less than your normal bonus. So you're going to be getting a plus 5 to hit.
Oh, and I get 4 more temporary hit points.
Yep.
So I get a plus 5 to hit instead of my usual plus 8.
But you got advantage. And
But I got advantage because I'm being aided.
Is that
Yep.
just for the first attack?
No, I'll give it to you for the round.
Okay, cool.
Like you basically used your entire round to aid with this. It would be silly if it's just one advantage.
Oh, that is a 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
Nice.
So you're gonna have to use your bonus action to draw it back again to you,
Yeah.
but you can do that. So you quickly tie this up, heave it, smash. Actually, I'll let you use your movement to draw it back because I'm gonna make you use your bonus action to tie it
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
and smash. So
Smash
that'll
it in the
successfully
teeth.
hit. Roll your damage.
I'm not doing two-handed damage on this, so I'm doing just a d8.
Yeah, D8. Your bonus to the damage also is only 3 rather than 5 or
Gotcha.
6. No, 7. 7
Yes,
is your normal.
so it's
right?
5 instead of...
No, plus the size damage bonus will still apply, just not the dwarven make bonus. The bonuses apply, but the base is 3.
3. So it's 4,
3?
5.
No, 2 from your dex instead of 5.
Gotcha.
So the total bonus is
4.
come on,
Because I
brain,
got a plus
4,
1
yes.
and a plus 1.
Yep. 4.
So
Do it
5...
plus 4.
5 plus 4 will be 9.
Okay. Are you doing any kind of maneuvers with this? Are you doing anything fancy?
Sure. Let's do a fancy thing with this. I pushing attack? I don't know if that really works.
Yeah. I mean, it probably won't move something this
No.
big, but it might.
But
But
I'll
at
still
least
do
it'll give you bonus
my...
damage. I don't think I'll let you do a feint on this because
No.
like you can't really feint.
I'm not
you're
really
throwing it.
fainting.
But I'll let you do the pushing attack,
Sure.
and it'll just sort of like shove it further back in the pond. So total damage.
Roll another one. So that was 9 plus an additional 5. So 14.
Okay. All right. Top of the round, Tromlin, you're up again.
Well,
There's
I've already summoned
Quite
a buddy.
mess of crazy happening there.
And you said the face has emerged, correct?
Yes, the face has emerged.
I'm going to fire off an. I have 2. Well, I have I think 1 less second level spell. So I'm going to fire a guiding bolt. Good.
Yep. Go for it.
For the face. 21.
Hey, yeah.
Nice.
Very
That'll
nice.
hit.
Very nice.
We love to see it.
5d6 of damage. That is 17 points total.
Okay.
Should I roll for my buddy?
Smash. Teeth go all over the place. No, I've got a specific initiative for them now.
Well, whoever attacks it next also has advantage.
Nice.
Well, actually, that would be them. So,
Want me to roll it?
yeah, go ahead and roll me the bite attack.
Yeah. So let's see. He has advantage. There's 2 dice. That's gonna miss for sure. That one will, I assume, hit. Barely. That is a dirty 20.
Okay,
Just.
that will hit. Okay, I'm rolling some damage.
2d10
And
plus 6.
oh yeah, sorry, you can roll that for me. Yeah, go for it. And then also roll Edoreza's attack here.
20 points of damage.
Oh my goodness, this thing is looking.
Nice.
It's starting to look really, really bad.
Ooh.
It's shredding the tentacles that are holding it.
So rolling for Edoreza.
Yep.
12, which makes it 20 on the nose.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dirty 20
Amazing.
club.
Okay.
The dirty 20 club.
Love to see it.
All right. Roll me 2d8 fire damage plus an additional 1d4 fire damage. And
Bad rolls. Very bad rolls. We're at a 6 total.
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
1, 3, and 2.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. Edoreza, I think next round Edoreza is just going to do the burn everyone attack
Mhm.
because it's this is not going very well for him. All right, next up is Copernicus.
I
This
think
thing
this
is
time
looking
I'm
a little fucked up.
gonna give Fetid the help action this time.
Alright,
Okay, you're helping Fetid. Well, Fetid's next.
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Want to try some more ranged attacks and see how much more damage you can stack on this thing?
Absolutely, I'm going to continue to do so. Alright.
Okay.
Attack number 1. Crit.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, hang on. I got to roll the percentage chance that that's going to hit no matter what, but I got to roll a percentage chance that it doesn't do the crit effect.
Right.
It does not.
Wait, hold on. He
It
has
is a
advantage.
50-50.
If he rolls another 20, does the monster have to remake its crit check?
I don't know. I don't know if it does this more than once around. Let me have a look, because it might be a one-off thing.
Mm.
But go ahead and you've got roll your damage anyway. So you're
Alright.
still gonna. No, it's any critical against the creature.
5, 10, 11 plus 6 is 17.
17 damage.
Very
Nasty.
nice.
Did you put the swarm on that one?
Yes.
Okay, so that means you can't put it on your second attack, but you still have a second attack.
Let's see what happens. That is a 7, so that will miss, but that's okay.
You have advantage from Copernicus's aid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You
yeah.
get to roll twice.
Well, that's a 5, so.
Okay. Next up is it. It is not happy about these creatures, and it is going to attempt, now that it has grappled, it is going to attempt some crushing damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. It crushes the central body, whatever that might look like, of that flaming sphere that it is Edoreza, and the fire goes out.
Ooh.
There is a
What?
poof,
Oh,
and Edoreza is no longer here.
Ouch.
That's probably bad, right?
That's never happened before.
It
I will
killed
point
a
out-
fire.
Perny, you haven't used Edoreza a lot. He's a bit on the glass cannon side. He does a lot of area effect stuff, but he doesn't have a ton of hit points.
All right. Maybe
Nice.
I will not shove this particular demon into other dangerous holes on future summonings. This might have been an Agrajag situation.
Yeah, well, I will point out that I did crit on that one,
Yeah.
on one of those attacks.
Okay.
Um,
Better your demon than us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And of course that also doesn't kill Edoreza. He's made of fire. He's back in hell somewhere. I can't
probably
imagine
grumpy
that you
about it.
haven't. Yeah, I can't imagine you haven't encountered this situation before. With
Now
some of
he
these
can't
demons.
turn on us
Yeah, that's true.
this time.
I mean, hey, silver lining,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
you
Every
go.
every pit full of shit that puts out your fire demon has a silver streak
Perfect.
in it.
Good.
Has a silvery barb in it.
Mm-hmm.
What they say. I've heard that. But that's all of its attacks. Ugna, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna repeat the hammer trick.
Repeat
I am
the
not
trick.
being aided this time, so I only
Make-
roll one die. It's a nat 20.
What?
What?
Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. 9?
Total? Okay.
9. Yeah, total of 9.
Don't worry about it. I was rolling to see if an idea occurred to you.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
So you ret this thing above your head and swing it around and around and around and
I
launch
swing
it
it
again.
harder.
And what did you roll?
Nat 20.
I will roll to negate the critical. 50-50 chance.
Oh boy, come on, Timora.
I did not.
Ha!
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you, Tamara.
Thank you, Tamara.
Love it.
I will also go to the casino with Drumlin
We're all going
and
to the
lose
casino.
so much money.
Well, not me. I haven't been rolling very well.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell I'm doing this. I've been rolling percentile because it said 50%. And I'm like, 50-50 can be rolled on just about anything.
God, yeah.
But I rolled a 30 on that 50% roll, which is under 50.
Okay. So it's only a 4 plus 5 is 9 damage. Oh, and my extra weapon die, because I have a savage
Yep.
attack.
Another D8.
7. So 16.
Are you-
and
are
that's
you putting a maneuver
before
on
the
this?
crit. Oh, yeah, I should. I should
Put
spend
a
my last
maneuver on
one.
this because it will
'cause
be doubled.
it's- Yep.
Last one.
We love to see-
19 plus another 5.
Holy
24 doubled.
24 doubled.
Okay, you throw the hammer and it hits it square in the center of the face. It roars at the in victory at tearing apart the flame of Edoreza, and the fire flickers and variously goes out. Various things are still on fire because Edoreza set stuff on fire. Obviously, the wet slime isn't on fire, but there are bits of the ends of tendrils of the fungus that are burning. And after roaring in victory into the face of the luck dragon, it closes its beak again just in time to get the hammer full in the beak, which shatters. Teeth fly everywhere, and the entire structure collapses back into the fungus, releasing the luck dragon, which in turn roars victoriously back in the face of the sinking critter.
I
as it
also
goes
roar, because it's roaring
back.
time. I'm like,
Roaring.
yeah, yeah, take that.
Everyone's roaring. And there's everyone roars in victory, and as the sound dies down slightly, there's a hiss of displeasure from the cat, which is now visible again, sitting on the same lump of rock, and licking and cleaning itself.
Now, what kind of Pokemon are you?
You say that to the
Psychic
cat?
type. Psychic type, I assume.
Good.
It sort of looks away. The luck dragon flies back up out of the pit, looking quite worse for wear. Lots of bleeding gashes along its body. It inclines its head at the fairy cat, which gives a little, very, very barely perceptible nod back, as a cat would, and the luck dragon disappears with a final peal of sort of joyful laughter.
Dude, where did
And
the dragon
maybe that's a
come
good place
from?
to take a break.
Cool. Good.
Why don't we take a break there?
Excellent.
We survived.
Right after the break,
Yay!
Good. We did.
audience,
Nobody-
after the break,
nobody
we're doing the
died.
poll.
Oh yeah, we had no poll. All right.
Poll is right after the break, everybody.
I'll see y'all in 10.